Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Property Management 101, and today we'll be discussing how property management companies make money. If you've not already done so, please watch my disclosure video as well as my why I do this video. And if you found this video helpful and learned something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Even if you're an employee that works for a property management company, you may not know how your company makes their money. This video will apply to anyone that's curious to the answer to that question. The number one way property management companies make their money, a percentage of rent. This is the biggest percentage of the income that property managers make. This can range, but typically on the multifamily side, I've seen the percentage have a range of 3 to 6%, and on the single family management side, have a range of 8 to 12%. This could be based off scheduled rent or collected rent. Usually on the single family management side, the higher the percentage, the less fees that owner could be charged. Typically, the lower the percentage, the more fees may be included within that agreement. And the second way a property management company makes money is having ownership. Sometimes a part of the management agreement, the company that is managing the asset may receive a portion of ownership of that property and part of that agreement to manage that property. Or in many cases, they may have the option to buy into ownership as well. Oftentimes, the percentage received for that management company, if they're receiving a piece of ownership because they're managing the asset, may be very small, but oftentimes this may work towards a big payday if the property sells. And this is something that may have been a part of the original plan when that company was hired by that ownership group. And the last way property management companies make money, residents and applicants. The collection of fees is another way a property management company makes income. One thing to note about this, not all fees collected by the property management company will 100% go to the property management company or even at all. Sometimes they can be split between the ownership group and the property management company. Sometimes that 100% fee collected goes directly to the ownership group. These are some of the things to keep in mind when how a property management company makes money. It's not just about scheduled rent, it's not just about ownership, it's the ongoing fees that could be associated with that resident's account or that applicant's account. Typically, these fees are all ironed out prior to starting management, and it's going to be typically ironed out within the management agreement. If you've not already watched my management agreement good practice video, that is something I would strongly recommend, and I'll include the link to that video in the video description. And a pro tip for you today, if you're an investor and you're in the works of hiring a property management company, this is a really good question to ask, is how the fees collected will be divided. Typically, this may be outlined within the management agreement. I've seen even some management companies provide this as a second addendum, maybe a part of the onboarding packet. But either way, as an owner or ownership group, you're going to want to know how those fees are collected and divided. And this could be a good negotiating point if you feel that you want to negotiate some things, maybe negotiate a higher percentage of the fees are retained by the ownership group. Now, the thing I'll say though is I always think it's really important to want to motivate that management company in performing certain aspects. And I'll give you an example. If the property management company receives 0% for late fees collected, what motivating factor do they have to collect late fees? They may be more willing to waive those late fees as they are not financially incentivized to collect those. So that's something to keep in mind. At the very least, I would split more fees than try to negotiate collecting 100% of them, so the property management company is incentivized to collect them. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something new. If so, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. And if you have any questions about this video or any of my videos, feel free to comment and I'll be happy to address it for you. Happy leasing!